Good afternoon. Today I want to talk about a problem that's slowly unfolding yet remains largely ignored: the drying of the Caspian Sea. At first glance it may seem impossible. The Caspian Sea is the largest enclosed body of water on Earth. How could something so vast begin to disappear? But history has already shown us that even massive bodies of water are not immune to collapse. A striking example is the Aral Sea. Once the fourth largest lake in the world, has almost completely dried up over the past decades due to human activity, especially the diversion of rivers for agriculture. What was once a thriving ecosystem is now largely desert, with abundant ships lying in the sand as a reminder of what we lost. The situation with the Caspian Sea may not be identical, but there are alarming similarities. The water of the Caspian Sea has been decreasing in recent years due to a combination of factors: climate change, rising temperatures, and reduced inflow from rivers such as the Volga River, which supplies the majority of its water. So what makes this dangerous? First, the ecological impact. The Caspian Sea is home to unique species, including the endangered Caspian seal. As water levels drop, habitats shrink, salinity increases, and entire ecosystems are disrupted. Species that cannot adapt will disappear, leading to irreversible biodiversity loss. Second, the economic consequences. Millions of people depend on the Caspian Sea for fishing, transportation, and energy resources. If the water continues to recede, ports may become unusable, fisheries may collapse, and coastal infrastructures could lose its function. Entire local economies could suffer. Third, and perhaps most overlooked, are the environmental hazards that follow drying. When a large body of water disappears, it does not simply vanish. It leaves behind vast areas of exposed seabed. These dry surfaces often contain salt, toxic chemicals, and industrial pollutants accumulated over decades. In the case of the Aral Sea, winds now carry toxic dust across thousands of kilometers, causing serious health problems for nearby populations. A similar process could occur with the Caspian Sea. Toxic dust storms could become more frequent, affecting air quality and increasing respiratory diseases. Another hidden danger is climate feedback. Large bodies of water help regulate regional climates. The Caspian Sea acts as a natural temperature stabilizer. As it shrinks, surrounding regions may experience more extreme temperatures, hotter summers and colder winters, making living conditions harsher and agriculture more difficult. There is also a geopolitical dimension. The Caspian Sea is bordered by several countries, including Azerbaijan, Russia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, and Iran. Changes in water level could lead to disputes over resources, shifting coastlines and economic zones, potentially increasing regional tensions. What is especially dangerous is that this process is slow. Unlike natural disasters such as earthquakes or floods, the drying of a sea does not happen overnight. It progresses quietly, almost invisibly, which makes it easier for people to ignore, until the consequences become unavoidable. So why are people not paying enough attention? Partly because the changes are gradual, partly because the effects seem distant, and partly because there is a lack of awareness. Many people simply do not realize that such a massive environmental transformation is already underway. However, ignoring the problem will not make it disappear. The story of the Aral Sea is warning. It shows us what can happen when environmental changes are underestimated or ignored. The Caspian Sea is not yet lost, but the current trends are concerning. In conclusion, the drying of the Caspian Sea is not just an environmental issue. It is an ecological, economic, health, and geopolitical change. It threatens biodiversity, human livelihoods, public health, and regional stability. The question is not whether we can stop it completely, but whether we can slow it down, adapt to it, and prevent the worst consequences. Because if we fail to act, we may one day look at the Caspian Sea the same way we now look at the Aral Sea, not as a living body of water, but as a lesson we learned too late.